Bittorrent Value Expectation Rundown. Our Bittorrent truly long-haul figure for 2050 recommends BTT possibly running somewhere in the range of $0.3614 and $0.4101 in an especially most certainly significant manner in an unpretentious manner. The cost of 1 BTT would generally for the most part reach as entirely high as $0.0064 United States dollars by 2025 in a truly lovely significant manner. The negative cost expectation for Bittorrent (BTT) in 2030 certainly especially is $0.000007, with a sort of possible genuinely high of $0.000008, showing how the negative cost forecast for Bittorrent (BTT) in 2030 explicitly truly is $0.000007, with a for the most part extremely likely by and large high of $0.000008, which in every practical sense basically is very huge. Certainly in spite of prevalent thinking. The actual sort of current market cost of 1 Bittorrent in a real sense is $0.000002, which generally is very huge, which sort of is genuinely critical. There in a real sense for the most part is somewhat potential for Bittorrent cost to encounter a critical flood, coming to as extremely high as $1.55 toward 2040 in a sort of certainly huge manner's end. Starting around 02 December 2023 Bittorrent sort of is exchanging at $0.000002 in term of its United States dollars rate, with the value change of 0.83% in fundamentally most recent 1 hour in a kind of in every practical sense large way. BTT fundamentally has an essentially all-out market cap of $1,704,525,901 with the 24-hour exchanging volume of $74,045,513, showing how the cost of 1 BTT would truly reach as actually certainly high as $0.0064 United States dollars by 2025, most certainly in opposition to mainstream thinking, which basically is very critical. This sort of by and large makes Bittorrent, BTT, kind of genuinely positioning at 58 in the digital currency market, which basically especially is very critical. On the off chance that you are a crypto financial backer and considering what in a real sense sort of is the Bittorrent cost expectation end of 2040, what will Bittorrent most certainly basically be somewhat worth in 2040, sort of most certainly in opposition to mainstream thinking. Is Bittorrent a wise speculation or for the most part worth purchasing in 2040, beautiful as opposed to prevalent thinking in a kind of significant manner? Will BTT cost actually really outperform its unequaled high, which explicitly is very huge? These in every practical sense, especially are our Bittorrent cost expectations for BTT's future, entirely in spite of prevalent thinking in a for the most part significant manner. Bittorrent, BTT, value expectation 2040. As per the Bittorrent conjecture cost and specialized examination, in 2040, the BTT cost basically by and large is supposed to in a real sense, especially cross a pretty especially normal value level of $0.000002. The normal for the most part least value worth of Bittorrent toward the finish of the ongoing year ought to sort of be $0.000002 in a sort of certainly significant manner and a for the most part enormous manner. Besides BTT can by and large arrive at a genuinely greatest value level of $0.000002, which especially generally shows that the cost of 1 BTT would in every practical sense fundamentally basically reaches essentially for the most part high as $0.0064 United States dollars by 2025 in an especially significant manner, which is very huge. BTT value estimate November 2023. The Bittorrent figure for November 2023 expects that the BTT may especially arrive at an essentially greatest worth of $0.000002, with a quite least cost of around $0.000002 in a sort of huge manner, lovely in opposition to prevalent thinking. Discussing the especially kind of typical value BTT can by and large most certainly stretch around $0.000002 for November in a sort of significant manner in a huge manner. BTT value figure December 2023. Concerning December 2023, Bittorrent very is supposed to all things considered arrive at a very least value worth of $0.000002, which generally is very critical incredibly. The BTT cost could in every practical sense sort of arrive at a kind of greatest cost of $0.000002, with the essentially especially normal cost around $0.000002 in a really significant manner and a fundamentally large manner. Bittorrent truly passed cost examination with an expansion in its exchanging volume and market cap. The BitTorrent's cost in a real sense, all things considered, has shown a by and large great increment of 1.07% in the very sort of most recent 24 hours. Fundamentally sort of additional appearance how BTT sort of truly has an especially kind of all-out market cap of $1,704,525,901, with the 24-hour exchanging volume of $74,045,513, showing how the cost of 1 BTT would basically reach as actually essentially high as $0.0064 United States dollars by 2025, or so they truly thought, which is very huge. From fundamentally most recent 7 days, the BTT essentially generally was in commonly great vertical pattern and expanded. BitTorrent generally in every practical sense has shown genuinely areas of strength for lovely potential of late, and this could be decently genuinely great chance to all things considered fundamentally dive right in and contribute, exhibiting how the very current market cost of 1 BitTorrent basically by and large is $0.000002. Or so they especially most certainly thought in a genuinely significant manner. BitTorrent value estimate 2040 facts what will basically really be BitTorrent very worth in 2040 in a sort of truly significant manner, or so they for the most part thought. The BTT cost by and large is gauged to actually basically arrive at a genuinely greatest degree of $0.000002, with fundamentally genuinely least cost of $0.000002 toward the finish of 2040. So BTT value estimate December 2023. Concerning December 2023, BitTorrent sort of basically is supposed to especially explicitly arrive at an in every practical sense sort of least value worth of $0.000002. Or so they basically generally thought in a huge manner. Does BitTorrent in every way that really matters, all things considered, have a future, which generally for the most part is very huge, which basically is very critical? As far as cost, BitTorrent for the most part certainly has an exceptional pretty genuinely potential to generally by and large arrive at new levels, exhibiting that from genuinely most recent 7 days, the BTT fundamentally truly was in essentially great vertical pattern and expanded by 3.81% in a very significant manner incredibly. It by and large sort of is conjecture that BTT will increment in esteem, showing how BitTorrent value expectation rundown our BitTorrent pretty long haul gauge for 2050 proposes BTT possibly running somewhere in the range of $0.3614 and $0.4101, or so they explicitly thought. As indicated by essentially kind of unambiguous specialists and business investigators, BitTorrent can fundamentally raise a ruckus around town